Hello and welcome to the Finalists podcast, featuring myself, Vistas, Sir Yellow Jacket,
Howdy.
and Cylon.
Yo.
How are we all doing today?
I'm sick.
Great.
Yeah, hot. All this time.
Yeah. Well, it's season 2 is around the corner. It's like 10 hours away or something. Almost. We should have done this tomorrow, but I think I would rather be playing the game than talking about the game at that point. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot that's coming out in season 2.
Yes. JFJ made a little sneak peek video.
Yeah. And since there's no, I mean, honestly, we could probably just watch the trailer, like the official trailer. But
did they make a trailer with all the weapons?
Oh no, they didn't. Did JFJ do that?
I think they kind of just like showed what was going on. Yeah, JFJ kind of explained
all these weapons. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's new weapons. There's new gadgets. There's new game modes, new specialization because they're replacing recon sensors. Yeah, they gutted your baby and then threw away the body.
Yeah, it's alright. It looks like the replacement will do me. Might satisfy me.
Do you think you'll get much use of it? The dematerializer?
Yeah, I mean,
you'll have to play a couple rounds.
Yeah, but in a game that's so based around like destruction and heavily fortifying, the ability to not just deconstruct a wall but bring it back up.
That's true.
So only you have access to your own little ice fishing hole or own little door. Yeah, I can see it being pretty good.
Yeah, seems viable. That's the only method of building something other than goo, I guess, but goo's its own barrel of fish. So let's get into it then. Let's watch this video, and I'll just pause it as we go along, and we can talk about everything.
Yes, sir.
Recon sense has been removed from the game. Thank God. It's completely gone. They've replaced it with a dematerializer.
Man.
And then
it looks kind of tough to see through, I'll be honest. The blue glass block sort of aesthetic.
Yeah, it's definitely obscures your vision a little. I feel like that's going to be another low graphics are better moment.
Oh, true. Actually,
true. Yeah, maybe. It's also really good for just getting in and out. Would be really nice too.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who does like 180 throw C4 or 180 throw a mine or something, to just build open a hole, 180 close it right behind you, you're gonna be like a light player at that point,
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Except if the heavy happens to have charge anyway.
Yeah. Then the hole you made is coming right back. But
good luck, gamer.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna flow quite nicely for
an
aggressive play style, and for like a defensive one, it's also gonna have a bit of util.
Absolutely. I do think removing recon is healthy for the game too. As helpful as it was, as fun as it was when it was at its best. I think it's healthier to not have it in the game.
Yeah, I feel like it was in a pretty balanced state, but
it's not a very fun ability. Full stop. No. I think like when you're versing it, it just feels off when they know where you are, especially if you're a light.
I think that was a big part of light being quite rough this season.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think I definitely think like nukes, when you don't have any sort of play and counterplay, any like choices or decisions or things you can do right or wrong, it's just it's just your scene.
It doesn't feel nice.
No, it's kind of like playing goats in Overwatch, where it's like both teams are just playing what they have to, when you're forced to play meta, especially when the meta is always know where all of the enemy team are at all times. It's not fun, Yeah, it's not fun.
I do like that it was in the game for learning sort of the flow of the game and the feel of like engagements and stuff. I feel like using it for a few days would have like really sped up your learning process.
Yeah, in the terms of like how teams behave, where they approach from, things like that.
Yeah, but ultimately, yeah, I could be twisted. My arm could be twisted, and I could agree it's healthy for the game.
Yeah, because you ran it, because you played it.
His favorite ability, but yeah.
Bouncing off it though, the fact that they're removing recon, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they're also moving all intel to light.
Oh shit! Wait, sonar nades?
Sonar nades, tracking dart.
Really? Okay.
And then they actually move the sonar mine to heavy, which is
okay. That's
sonar mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little throwy thing that was
motion detector.
Oh, that's right, like the one that Light had. I get you.
Yeah. That's really bizarre because like that's going to be the least used gadget in the game. Like compared to blow them up more, or stop your team from being blown up. I can't imagine you're going to pick. Oh, I can tell where they are on the floor.
I feel like a medium heading it would be all right.
Yeah.
If they got no other choices.
Yeah.
But heavy?
Yeah.
It seems.
I say it would fit better with medium, but I could see some heavy sort of comps using it. Comps that are really good at controlling like their zone, holding their ground. It would be nice to like say you've only got one main ingress point, having a camera there. I could see it being used still by in the higher ranks maybe as a bit of a niche thing, but then you're having to give up a pretty important slot. So
yeah, for sure. I do think that that like it makes sense being in the heavy toolkit because heavies they are the more defensive. Well, they should be the more defensive class.
The constructors.
Yeah, they're the ones that lock down a point, they secure it, they're the ones that say, oh, they're coming in over here, because it makes sense in a way, because, light is your more, if they're putting all the recon on light, then it makes sense, because they're the ones who are not on point, they're the ones running around scouting everything out, but then to lock down a certain position, the motion detector makes sense, but in terms of its value over other heavy gadgets, I feel like it's just nowhere near enough unless you get like 3 of them.
Yeah. But so now you've got medium going from sort of the information king to not having a single piece of recon kit.
Yeah, the blindest.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It makes them definitely more of a support in terms of like healing and making sure the team's like together more than I can see through walls. That's where they are. Let's go get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a less proactive play style.
Yeah,
just inherently.
It's more defensive than before, I feel like, at least anyway.
Yeah. Time will tell, but I think it's a good change, because with the Scar being as strong as it is, it doesn't make sense to give that guy I can see through walls in specialization or gadget form.
Now they've given the sniper rifle, I can see through walls.
Yeah, but again, I'll never complain about a sniper rifle because you have to hit your shots. So
yeah, that's true.
All right, let's.
The gun's a bit weird as it is as well. Anyway.
The sniper rifle.
Yeah, I don't know. I've in the actual finals Discord, and I was looking at some guy's clip of him using a sniper, and a lot of them just look dead on, and they just no-regged completely. And it's just like every time I use it, I'm like, that feels pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah.
It like even sparked with coins for a second, and then just did nothing.
Just nothing.
Like, okay.
Oh damn. Maybe that's just a lag thing.
Maybe, but even then, it should still register through to the server, right? Eventually.
Yeah. Like favor the shooter.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't have that, I wouldn't die behind corners so often.
Yeah, the game has a pretty strong like shooter's advantage, favor the shooter. So
yeah,
that's surprising.
I think it should. I think it's better when games do that, but it's I don't know. No regs is something that I don't fully understand, I guess. But let's continue.
You can choose to put them back. I do have a clip that is completely worthless because I have no audio. There was a cash out above me.
Reloading. What?
Okay, right off the bat, this like the map design and colors.
It's so pretty.
It looks fantastic, man. I'm
It's
so
pretty.
keen. But
I
also,
love this.
this kind of feels like one of the hospital rooms in Seoul.
It looks like Soul, but it is
like flat.
It looked, yeah, go for it.
I've noticed a few parts of the map. So the lore behind this is that this CNS group's like hacked the finals.
Yeah.
But they're not maliciously doing it. They love the game. They just want to see different things.
Okay.
And the lore of it, I think, is their map, and it's taking their favorite elements. So it's almost like a fan. What do you call it? Like a fan-made
custom map
sort of thing.
It's like everyone at the end of season 1 getting sick of season 1, hacking it and fixing it.
Yeah. That's great.
So lore-wise, it's a really cool idea. But I did notice that a few of the elements are sort of ripped. So when you said that, like this is almost straight up the hospital room, just low quality version.
Which I mean, I like that there's so many objects in, say, the hospital room, because it gives you, if you run in there on 1 HP, you think, oh shit, I'll hide behind this stretcher or something, compared to, oh shit, I hope they don't follow me into this room because I'm fucking dead. But we'll see how it plays out.
So dirty.
That is great.
So dirty.
That seems like the optimal use case for the dematerializer. Yeah.
Open it up, take the cash out. It'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're smart, they break open the bottom floor or whatever they have to do.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It feels like it's great for a clip. It's great for trailers, but it's going to take 2 weeks, probably 1 week before.
Honestly, earlier than that, a day.
Like before everyone's like, that's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to steal the cash out, and it gets immediately countered. People just learn their way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely going to be helping. One of the pain points is like the strength of defense and in the chaos, how hard it can be to siege an objective. So I feel like it fits really nicely, but you're saying, as soon as people start getting used to it, it's just so easy. It's so like all the other util the deconstructor does. The fact is the game is just based around the objective, and here you've got something that lets you control the objective with 1-2 clicks so easily.
I mean, okay, how about this, right? You have 2 mediums running it. If it's on the roof, you go the floor underneath it, and the 2 floors underneath him. You just put a hole in the ceiling and then the floor, and then seal them up, and then do that again 2 floors down. The cash out drops down to the bottom of the map, and all the floors are sealed up. That's how you like absolutely heist an objective. What are you gonna do at that point?
I mean, the way you do it too is you do bottom floor first, and then the medium on top would do bottom floor of his floor. Then you do top, and then reseal top, reseal bottom, reseal the other floor.
Yeah, as it just drops through the entire building.
That's great.
I can't wait to try that. I feel like that's going to be the first thing we try.
The only crazier part is, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but if the objective could go through like a teleporter, so you literally just full on yoink it.
Yeah, drop it into a TP. It's just gone. It's just out of there. That'd be great.
I don't know if it'll work like that, but I hope it does. That'd be hilarious.
It bounces off of jump pads, If you go through a portal without having to press something to confirm it, then I think it might. But
it is an interact to use, but you can throw stuff through it, and RPGs go through it. So it's basically like Sim TP.
Yeah.
Interact with it, and you can send stuff through it, and they also keep their momentum.
Yeah, so it really is like 50-50 whether the cash out box goes through it or not. Well, remains to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be whether or not they want it to or not.
Exactly.
An emergent gameplay. It's going to be they decided.
Yeah.
I stole it! I stole it! I stole it! They have enough time. They're gonna get it back.
Oh no.
No way. Please tell me I got it. Oh, yes!
Yeah, that's great.
That's what we like to see! You're not gonna believe what I did. I took the ground underneath it, then filled the hole back in and stole it! It has its uses. The anti-gravity cube is very niche. Very, very niche. It has gotten
It
me
looks
killed
cool.
a lot from allies alone.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
saying it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's niche. If you jump inside of it,
It has a lot of
slows you down and
potential,
lets
but I can't. I think it would be used way more offensively than defensively. Is the way I'm seeing it. You
Yeah.
chuck it on an enemy, make them go up, and then shoot them while they're kind of in low grav state.
Yeah, because they, like, what are you gonna do?
You can't strafe anymore. So how do
Yeah.
you avoid? Right? You just
Like, if it
Hold.
lands on you, you've got like 2 or 3 seconds of just, I'm slowly rising and I have to
Yeah.
make my way out. You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to dodge. You're not going to be able to do anything really. But if it can be
and
destroyed,
the
then
versatility of it being able to be like, I can go up on top of this building if no one's looking at me or anything, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Originally, I was really hoping it was giving Heavy a mobility option,
Mhm.
but
Mm.
after seeing it used a little bit, it does not do that. It's just too slow.
yeah,
It's like you said, the best case scenario, or what it functionally ends up doing is locking someone into a predictable trajectory for a few
Yeah.
seconds.
yeah,
So I honestly think it's really cool, and I'm glad they're adding it. But
Mhm.
I think it's a bit of a gimmick. I don't think it's going to get a lot of use in the meta.
yeah.
Dirty word, but the meta.
I
I think
mean,
it's just got to be there.
I think if you have like heavy, maybe one of the heavies could use it, and you could use it to set up an ambush or something by quietly going to the top of a building or something. But that's only if you're running 2 heavies, I feel like. And even then, you're probably better off with another gadget. Yeah, I feel like it's going to end up being quite niche.
it really depends on how much they destroyed C4, because then you've got an open gadget to use.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Otherwise,
true.
you got Mesh RPG that you're always using,
Mhm.
and C4 was an always use as well. But
Yeah.
it depends on how much they destroyed it.
Well, C4, I'm guessing you guys heard, is only 1 charge now.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't just nerf nuking. You can't functionally nuke. The C4 gets deactivated while it's on a
Wait,
moving barrel.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's just dead.
It's gone. Well, the only case is as it hits the ground and slows down, so you can kind of like late nuke, I guess.
Okay.
So it's more like you're throwing a nuke in,
Mm.
and then you're throwing a IED in, and then
Yeah.
it has to take a few seconds to activate.
Man, so it's, yeah, okay, RIP.
I'm back.
Which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it wasn't so effective. I feel like that's gutting it completely. I still feel like there was a place for nukes in the game, just making them not nukes, not one-shot an entire team for little investment.
Eh.
Yeah, it's just a hard one to balance because
Yeah, that's it.
you nerf the C4 and then C4 is useless,
Mhm.
and then it's other util of being like an objective
Yeah.
defensive item, or the rare occasions you can use it offensively
Mhm.
just get ruined for the
Yeah.
sake of balancing a combo.
Mhm.
And then that's like the discussion about interactions and stuff.
Yeah.
Or do you remove the ability to do it all together and keep the balance of C4?
I
Mm.
mean, realistically, the only people that were having fun with it were heavies. And
Yeah,
even then,
that's true.
I don't know how many of them actually just enjoy using it, or they're using it because it's meta.
Mm.
So
I think a lot of people did enjoy using it.
Yeah.
If our experience on Asian servers is anything to go by.
That's true.
yeah,
that's
they,
true.
they love using it. That's true.
But it feels
But
like
thankfully-
this feels like a kill shot to nukes, to the point
Good.
where you don't even really need any of the other nerfs to it? Does it need to have the momentum, that like the added
actually,
weight?
sorry, I did forget to say that they did remove that part of it, so you can IED gas mines, and I think that's going to be good.
Dude.
Like, not good, but usable. So if you want to like siege a point, you chuck your C4 on a gas mine, and you throw it in, and then you're more using it as an activation, like a perfect timed activation.
Yeah,
Is that breach charge as well?
I imagine so.
If not, let's have their nukes back.
Nah, I would be surprised if they did that, because I was going to say, right, because I don't know if you guys remember, but when Overwatch 2 came out, and I'll try to not talk about Overwatch 2 on this podcast so much, but it's
a fair comparison.
It's a fair comparison, especially with the 5v5 game mode coming out. Yeah. But when Overwatch 2 came out and they gave DPS a passive buff, right? Everyone got the same passive buff, and it was a movement speed increase at first. And so they nerfed Soldier's sprint ability, so he couldn't sprint as fast. Yes. Then when they were like, oh, actually this movement speed buff sucks, we'll get rid of it, they didn't rebuff his or undo the nerf to his sprint for like months, because they don't think about these things. They're not smart enough to balance their own game.
Blizzard definitely has a bit of lost in the sauce vibe going.
they don't know what they're doing. Whereas, like, I just expected Embark to be like, oh, okay, well, here's another kill shot, and just piling on all these nerfs to nukes. But no, if this, because the kill shot, you functionally can't nuke the way it was implemented before. So you don't need all those other nerfs. And sure enough, they took them out because they're smart, because they actually think about the game that they're balancing. That's insane to me, because I come from Overwatch.
Imagine being smart.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it, and it was just one of those things. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You remove, like, instead of just, like you said, stacking up all the nerfs, stacking up all the changes to deal with something.
Yeah,
and then you remove it, and then leaving them, and then just messing up all those interactions.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually gone back. Okay, now this interaction isn't the same way. Then we don't need this to control their interaction.
Exactly.
And it was just like a
duh moment.
Not. But it's not. It's the problem.
Yeah, not for every dev. For these devs, it's a duh moment. But for Blizzard devs, it's like, oh, we didn't think about that for several months because we're fucking stupid.
We were too busy sniffing coke off our tables.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys.
Love me some Cosby Sweet. All right, let's keep going. We're not even talking about the the gravity nade anymore, but it's all right.
Well, there's a lot of traverse stuff, interactions.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
And everything. It's a great way to get killed. It's like shooting somebody that jumped in low grav. This is the data reshaper. It turns props and things placed by the enemies into world destructibles. So there's currently 6 things here. Turn them all into that. But
that's great. Because sometimes you're looking around for, a goo or a whatever, and you just can't find it.
Yeah. I think this is again, really cool implementation, like the gravity nade. It just fits into the game. It feels really good. It's like got some emergent gameplay.
Yeah.
But they, again, to go back to how devs are thinking about things, not only are you like changing just random objects around, there's actually an order to it. There's actually like, it's not RNG. So if it's a table, if it's like a chair, then it will turn into a barrel. And if it's a gas, then it moves into a goo. A goo moves into a smoke, and a smoke moves into a propane.
Oh,
I don't know if that's the exact order, but there is an order to it.
There's an order to it.
Really like.
Of course, because that's like, now I can plan in advance. Now I know what I'm going to turn it into.
I'm being chased. Oh, I need a goo barrel. Can't find a goo, but there's a gas. Perfect, easy.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Absolutely.
Layering.
Because that adds skill, it looks as though it's pure RNG, but if it does go in a certain order, then you can predict it. And if you can predict it, you can use it like a skill. That
I
is
love
they're so
mechanics
smart,
like this
dude.
where it looks like to the person studying the game, they're like, oh, I can turn stuff into stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
But to someone that's played the game for like thousands of hours, they're like,
Mm.
oh, look, there's a table. It's a nuke. That's a red canister for me. I can
Exactly.
cut that.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, like
you're-
it's sick.
And
You're like
it even
Cypher
goes-
looking at the Matrix, you know, blonde,
Yeah.
brunette, redhead, you know.
Yeah.
You seeing tables? No, I'm seeing gas barrels.
I'm seeing gas barrels.
It even goes to the point where if it's like a bigger object, then it's a table. It'll turn it into a table. If it's a small object, like a grenade, and you can turn grenades out of midair
Oh
into pot
shit.
plants.
That's
Oh
my
hilarious.
God,
That's great.
That's
like,
hilarious, bro.
it's also a poor man's APS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally, you're
yeah.
waiting for nades and you're just turning it into stuff.
That's so
I
good,
think-
man.
The amount of like, again, talking about sort of layering and the way things
Mhm.
interact to this one ability is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing about it is it only has one charge, which
Okay.
I think makes it a little less powerful with so many
Yeah.
other gadgets that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's niche, but its niche use is very strong.
Yeah,
is what I would
absolutely.
say.
Like you
Like,
you
give it another
perfect that.
charge and- oh,
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, someone throws a nade at you, you turn it into a table,
That's
turn the
so
table
cool.
into a torpedo, and then throw it straight back. You know?
Reverse
Yeah.
torpedo.
Yeah, just immediately.
The
But
Uno reverse card.
yeah,
Uh,
I
the
really like it in theory.
implementation of getting rid of every mine on a point
Yeah,
just by holding that over. That
Yeah.
used to be what you used to do with I think you could put like an APS
APS on a
your
chair.
barrel
Yeah,
or something, and you could wave it around. But
Mhm.
now they've actually made it a mechanic, which is
Yeah.
nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
And what I was saying is sieging is a bit of a difficulty in this game. I
Mhm.
wouldn't say
Mm.
necessarily that it's really hard or stuff, but in the chaos it's quite difficult.
yeah,
And they're giving us more tools to deal with being able to break into a lockdown room with
Mm.
the deconstructor and the ability to, it's the last second. You don't have time to shoot that mine because
Mhm.
then there's going to be
The
explosions
gas
and
everywhere.
the box is falling.
yeah.
Everyone's dead, but you need to get rid of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's giving more player agency in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
absolutely.
I like it.
I mean, you know, maybe you can turn something into a fire barrel to clear out some gas, you know,
Mm.
when previously it wouldn't have done anything. Yeah.
I
Very
do think
cool.
it's going to need another charge, though. It's a little bit. Yeah.
Another
It's-
charge will turn it into one of those really powerful but very niche things.
Yes.
You know, I'm not sure if that would be too healthy, but maybe just a
Or
very
a lower
quick
cooldown,
cooldown.
maybe.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That feels.
I don't know what the cooldown is right now.
They
but
got rid of they didn't get rid of, but they nerfed defibs pretty hard. As far
Yeah.
They changed defibs, and I don't know if we want to talk about this right now, but I like the change.
Yeah, me too.
If
It's
he
a
gets
big- I
into
think
defibs,
You'll mention it, yeah.
yeah.
He does get into it. We'll talk about it. Then.
All right.
So, yeah.
where there were 6 mines on the point. 6. And I walked up, did this, they all turned into
All the
potted plants.
mines.
Medium had
Yeah,
the tracking
that's
dart
great.
and the sonar grenade removed from his loadout and given to the light. The light lost the motion sensor.
Oh
and
my
was given to
God,
the
it's
heavy.
enormous.
Defibs no longer
Yeah,
instantly
it's huge.
revive, and now they just initiate the revive
Oh, they
process
made it
without you being
bigger.
near somebody.
Yeah.
I like that. So wait, they initiate a revive, but you don't necessarily have to revive someone yourself.
I think if your team dies, that revive cancels too, from what I know.
Oh, okay.
So it's a channel.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a channeling thing, which
no, I
solves a
don't think
couple-
so.
No, so
Because
they
channeling
initiate
requires
it.
active participation, right?
It
yeah,
just means that they can't
pretty
just pop up and start doing stuff the moment you do it, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more just like they're rezzing this guy, you kill that guy, and then
Yeah.
if it isn't a full team wipe, they disappear. At
Yeah,
the very
okay.
least, you could just kill the guy after, right? So it's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
delayed timer sort of thing.
Mm,
But
mm.
I think this is really good. It adds a couple. It solves a couple issues.
Mhm.
So everyone knows oh, I've just been rezzed. How much ammo do I have? What's going on? Where am I? Who
Yeah.
am I? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
now you can
doesn't
face it a
just-
certain way.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't just like say you're getting rezzed. It brings you back, and
Yeah.
you can control your camera, so you can look around, you can work out what's going on,
Mm.
and your HUD's back too, so you can see your ammo. So it solves
Whether you
a
need to
pain
reload.
point. Yeah, it solves a really I wouldn't say big pain point, but definitely a frustrating being rezzed in the middle of the battle, and you just it's like you're in shock.
Yeah,
What's going on?
it takes just a couple seconds, but that couple seconds you don't have when you're getting res in the middle of a firefight. You know, you need to figure out where you're looking and if you have any ammo. That's all you got to figure out. But that takes a second, and you don't have that second.
A lot of the times when I got defib, I would just dash in random directions,
Yeah.
hoping that I can figure out what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. You're hoping that
Yeah,
you're facing the right
straight
way.
to start moving, get out of where you were,
Yeah, yeah.
and then there's a mine at your feet and you're dead.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're dead anyway.
And especially as a light, you've got like a bee's dick of health. You know,
I got
you get rezzed.
microseconds to think, and if I
Yeah.
don't think, I'm dead.
yeah. It's like, oh, should have dashed the other way. Well, great. I wish I knew that then. But this I really like because, well, you know, it takes a second to come back, so it feels more balanced immediately.
Yeah.
But
No chain reses anymore.
No
Just
chain
super
reses?
nice.
And if
you can, but it's more controllable.
Way
It doesn't
delayed.
feel like
Mm.
it doesn't feel like you just got out cooldowned.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Out-abilied.
If you team wipe while someone's getting res, then it means that's way less cheese because you're not going to be picking someone up. You know, like if someone's 1 HP and they manage to get the res off at the last second, too bad, you still died. You know, but also I like that you start the res and then you immediately get back to fighting, but then it kind of gives you something to defend. You know, you're like, I kind of have to hold out until my guy comes back up. You know.
Yeah, so it didn't remove that idea of locking down a statue or anything, and it's also extended it in a way, which I think in a game that's so chaotic and fast, having some anchor points like your objective, like your cash box, and statues is good for the game.
Absolutely.
Helps slow things down for a moment and
it's
and
not team
lets,
deathmatch.
gives you time to and gives more time for a dynamic situation to emerge.
Absolutely.
So I hadn't thought about that until you mentioned it, but now you're also sort of defending your res.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I like that.
Agreed. All right, we'll keep going.
But the way it works is you throw one of them and then you throw the other.
First gateway going out.
That's the first
Okay,
gateway.
I got so confused for a second. I was
The other-
thinking-
You thought that was the defib.
Yeah, I thought those were new throwing knives skins.
Oh, damn, that'd be cool.
There is holding two, yeah. There
Yeah.
is.
There is
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's scissors, and I think that's fantastic.
Classic.
Don't run with scissors. Don't throw scissors at your opponent.
Yeah.
They'll add spoons. They'll do it one day.
Please. We need yeah. We need Embark to watch this show, and then they'll definitely add spoons.
The one over there. That points to where the other gateway is.
I think it's basically Wraith.
Teleports.
Yeah, it looks like it. Except you don't have to be where it is.
Oh, you don't
It's Wraith.
traverse,
This
you
is a
don't
burst
traverse
fire
through the TP though, so it's instant.
Yeah, true.
Pistol with
sim
a
TP.
Yeah.
Damn, that looks pretty good.
with a
This
stock
pistol looks
brace.
strong, close range.
Oh, the burst fire.
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
range, it looks like it does absolutely nothing. But
Yeah, don't.
close range.
Don't use it long
Yeah.
range. No way.
Yeah.
From what
But
I've heard
I-
people say, it's slightly better than the VS9 at long range, which I
Oh,
think is
okay.
good because the VS9 is throwing wet tissues at long range.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And feels terrible, and I think it's why it completely dropped out of the meta, despite still being very strong.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like it pulls up and to the right.
Yep. It does less damage than the other pistol, but
And then
it's
he
burst.
shoots- when
very
shoots this
satisfying.
one. He shoots this one. It's a couple bursts to the
Fire,
head.
so it's
and
about the same.
Wow.
And then this is
No, yeah,
it's
that's
insane. Look at that fire rate, man. That's nuts.
yeah. Man, I wish I was good at burst weaponry. I'm really not.
Well, that's all they put in here. So
Yeah, I know. So great. You know, enjoy the patch, everyone else.
From us. Pretty good. I don't think it's better than the F car. F car.
That's a nice skin.
Fucking busted as shit. Still.
Yeah, it's battle pass.
Ah.
The new weapons got it, and the riot shield got it.
Oh, okay. That's gonna look
Yeah.
cool on a riot shield.
A lot of
Yeah,
damage.
looks quite nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I like it. It's got
damage on this is
moderately
so
low
crazy.
recoil, but
What's that?
the FAMAS, the damage, it just looks nuts. I don't know.
The dev said that the
It looks
recoil
better than the F card in my opinion, but he
I
doesn't think so.
don't think it is.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
is not final right now, so whatever.
Yeah, even long range, that's nuts.
It's pretty good.
That's
Yeah,
the,
that's
that's,
not
the, that's
bad.
the bot at the other end,
Yeah.
like right at the end. So
Wait, is it?
Yeah, that is.
Oh.
100%, yeah. I don't think that's the heavy, is it?
No, it's not. No, that is the
That's
heavy.
the medium.
Oh, that's the heavy. That's the heavy in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
40
But
meters.
yeah, that's still good range. That's like
That's huge
locked down most sightlines range.
Pretty good.
I don't know
So
if
this
he's
is
dragging
the
down there or if he's just letting it rip. But
True. You would think so. I feel like you kind of
you
innately
could
try
just
to
aim
control
for the
recoil.
body. Honestly, I feel like this is definitely a body aiming gun, and then
Yeah.
you just get the dink at the end.
Yeah,
and do it again and again and again.
Yeah, true.
Definitely a
Shot-
burst fire skill.
Yeah,
strategy.
for sure. So enjoy.
Gun's called the KS-23. It's just a shockwave. This is a breaching shotgun in
A
real life.
breach
So it
shotgun.
says in the
Oh,
description
shit.
Yeah, this is an
that
interesting one.
this shotgun is used for destroying the environment.
A lot of slugs to breach a wall though. 4, I think.
I mean, it took out the whole
That's
wall.
a lot of shells.
But
You
it's also a gun. You're not
Yeah.
cooldowned.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a sledgehammer, folks.
Yeah.
So-
But it still gives you 2 shots to, clear a room after you've destroyed the wall. So
Yeah.
not terrible.
It's a interesting one. I feel like this was meant to be an ability, or originally designed as an ability.
Mm,
So this is not an actual weapon. This is used to breach a wall.
yeah, more utility.
Yeah.
and then they nerfed the damage a shit ton on it probably, so that it could not breach it instantly, so it wasn't OP.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was like thought of as an ability in the design stage,
Mhm.
and for whatever reason they've made it a main weapon. I don't think it's going to be good.
I think
think
the
it's gonna
reason
be
they
a
made it
throw.
a main weapon is because it does damage. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you would just run this as a sidearm, and then you've got 2 weapons to choose from, which
Well, my
just
thought-
increases your viability more scenarios.
My thought would be that you had the 4 bullets and then it went into a cooldown, so you could kind
Ah,
of use
yeah.
it as a breach. You could use it as a damage when you had to reload.
Yeah.
And I guess why they didn't do that is, like you sort of said, the uptime. They want
Mm.
you to reload. They don't want secondaries.
Yeah. Well, it would give the heavy the 2 weapons, and then that automatically I think would make it meta, because then you could run Lewis gun and then the sidearm up
RPG
close.
and mesh and
yeah.
and breach.
Yeah.
Double pumping.
just
as
an
well
arsenal.
would probably be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
definitely.
yeah, switch. Yeah, I get you.
I think this is going to be quite weak. I think it's going to need a buff. So it's 3 hits to kill a medium, and it does have a nice little burst, but it's also got bloom to it. You could be
okay.
perfectly accurate, and it's also a projectile, quite slow moving as
Oh,
well.
Oh,
really?
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it
That's interesting. Not
does it
hit
crit?
skin's interesting.
No, and it doesn't crit.
doesn't crit? Okay.
Can you see the projectile? I can't tell if you
Yes,
can see it.
quite chunky. It's
Can you
quite
data shift the projectile?
It's an interesting one.
Put them all in the pop plates.
Can't ADS.
Oh my
You
god,
can
maybe
only
you could.
hold
Hey,
it like this.
if it's a projectile, I think you can. Like, just full
Damn.
stop. Right?
That's
Like,
pretty quick though.
That's a lot of damage. Though.
Mm. Yeah, not
that was-
bad.
Because
That was
this is not-
almost a 2-shot.
True.
And if
Not
they're
a-
just like a little bit low, that's a 2-shot. That's crazy. And you got RPG and you got everything else. I don't know. This looks pretty alright.
Yeah.
I think especially you just need to hop in the game and test it for a bit before.
hmm
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be one of those things that there's going to be a few specializers that are
Yeah.
really good with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting, makes the thing look OP.
Yeah.
But I think generally speaking, having such a high aim intensive weapon, slow
Mhm.
fire rate, slow magazine, travel time,
Mm.
bloom, I don't think it's good.
It's a
I don't
good
think it's
point.
gonna be good.
That's a lot of factors working against it,
Yeah.
but I
We'll
mean,
see.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
A regular shotgun. It is a slug. Firing it from empty is actually pretty great.
I can kind of see the projectile.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It also has bullet
Lot more
spread.
obvious in like night maps.
So
Kind of glows.
The skin?
No,
The projectile that shoots.
projectile.
Ah. Damn.
So
Okay.
I've seen a clip of someone getting a guy to 1 HP, then he chucks a jump pad and goes up into the air, and he shoots all 4 shots trying to hit him. And you can see, like, it's almost one of those like slow motion moments where you're watching a Hanzo arrow or a slow
Yeah.
projectile just
Fly
flies
through
across
the air.
guy on 1 HP. Go, please hit.
No. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So is it? It's not burst fire. Like it's just
No.
a big bullet.
Yeah. Just a slug. You know, just
It's a slug.
yeah.
So it's Hanzo arrow. It is literally Hanzo arrow.
Kind of. I don't
Yeah.
think it has
Does it do
bullet drop
headshots?
though.
No.
And no headshot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Headshot would be interesting. That'd be
Yeah.
an interesting bump.
Yeah.
At least
If it
to
was
add-
headshot, it would.
not a 2-time multiplier, maybe like a 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
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 But
That-
something, it would be interesting. Cool.
That would give it like, you know, OP meta weapon contender status, but as of
You'd
now,
have to be
probably
good at
just
it, though.
niche.
Like that's
Yeah,
one
well,
of those
that's
weapons
it.
where I feel like you'd have to be really good at it anyway.
Yeah,
like
you gotta be
Hanzo,
able to aim.
You have a random Hanzo on your team. You really gotta hope he's good.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
good?
okay.
I am.
But you know, spam doesn't get you to the win. It just gets you through. You know, but then when you need a clutch, you better be able to aim. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
We'll see. This looks interesting. Might be enough to make me like play heavy for a bit to try it out.
Yeah.
'Cause
Sure.
I like the idea of projectile weapons. It's always been interesting to me. I
Yeah.
like knives, but they feel gross to use, so I don't
Yeah.
use them.
Yeah. Agreed.
You have things you're gonna have to work with. Without divulging info you can enjoy for yourself, the new map is beautiful and the largest of all the maps. The new 5v5 game mode Power Shift is a payload King of the Hill hybrid that crushes all buildings that it flies through. Since the platform is on a
That is something we
randomized path,
100%
if
do
there are any
for playing
buildings
this
in the way of the
game mode.
platform,
APS
it goes
is
through
everywhere
them.
on this
The
thing,
maximum
guys.
speed the platform
Yeah.
can move is with 3 people
3
on
APS
it, but it
at
can be
least.
Oh, true. Yeah. Just lock it down.
Because they'll throw nades for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
pushed with only one. I personally think the game mode is really fun in a casual and chaotic sense due to the fact our loadouts are no longer restricted in this mode. Swap to any weapon, gadget, and specialization regardless of time spent in the match. However, there are a few flaws with this mode that will be prevalent quite quickly. The platform has
That's a
no
big
cover,
thing.
meaning the
What's that?
I'm watching on YouTube, so the delay. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you probably can't quite get it.
No, that's right.
Yeah, so the fact that you can actually change your class or specialization, sorry.
Yeah.
And just change any part of your kit mid game.
That's
So
interesting.
That's definitely lending to the casual part, but
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's a big
Look,
change.
if that's, you know, if that's the format for like a more casual like adoption of the finals, then you know, so be it. Like, it would be
I'm
surprising if there
curious
was a tournament mode.
If
but
that's not something they added just for beta, so that the people could try it out more, like random
That's-
stuff.
No,
That's a
I
good
think
point.
it's actually a purposeful. Like, if you look at the Steam page,
Mm.
it has descriptor, and I'm pretty sure I might double check quickly that
Mm.
it specifically says that they want you to be able to mess around more,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
be able to
Cool.
counter, be able to.
At least in
mean, no-
casual games, I get it. That makes sense.
Well, I don't think this is ever going to be a competitive game mode. It's
Mm.
going to need a lot of work
Mm.
to be one.
I think I would be interested in seeing this in like a tournament format where, you know, you just go 1v1, bunch of like classic tournament, you know.
Yeah.
What I've heard people saying a lot, and I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Final round. This is the game
Oh,
mode.
hell
3-3 on
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
3-3,
Because
that
right
wouldn't be
now-
terrible.
Right now, you've got a massive problem with the way the game plays, and then it just becomes. I don't know how much you've seen about this, but spawn manipulation
Yeah.
has gotten absolutely disgusting and out of control
Of
in
course.
final rounds.
Yeah.
So, like, high level people, if you die, that's
It's
second
it.
wipe,
Game
because
over.
They will put they will have C4 on your spawn. They will
Oh,
purposely
shit.
manipulate your spawn, and it's just like you double die,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just gets really, really gross. So this would fix that issue.
Yeah.
But
True.
also, there's the other issue of the finals. It's in the name. It's what the game's about, and it's, in my opinion, kind of
Very
the most
boring.
boring part of the game.
The weakest part, yeah. Because if you're better than the other team, it's like more often than not you win 2-0. You know, there are good games where it's, you know, 1-1 and then you clutch out a win at the last second, and that feels great, you know, and they are very interesting. But I feel like the majority of games we've played, when we get to the finals, we kind of just like own them, or we get rolled because of things like spawn manip, where like, you know, they're holding out somewhere and you either spawn underneath them or way over there in the open, and you have only one way to get there, and they're all looking at you, and you just die as soon as you show up. And it's like, yeah, well, of course.
I can count on one hand the amount of finals games that I had. Not even on one hand, honestly, a couple fingers.
Yeah.
Where I was like, well, that was a good finals. You know?
Yeah. It's
majority of the time
handful.
It's just boring, or it's like stressful because you just you're not going to win, but you have to endure it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, you have to give it your best shot, you know?
You've got a game mode that's based around there being multiple teams and the chaos that brings, and not being able to full on easily lock down an objective because you've got multiple threats to deal with, multiple ways people can get in and around.
Yeah.
And then they just throw it all out the window. And it's just like, it's a stomp fest.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's got that Overwatch problem, is it's always going one way, which I think is part of what made the finals quite unique, is that you can be the best person in the lobby, but if you're not playing with your team, or you're getting sort of sandwiched, and it's not about just killing, it's about strategy and the objective.
Yeah, and that's it. You can also be the worst person in the lobby and sneak in a cash out the last second, and you're going through, you know? So
definitely feels bad at times, but I think that's also quite important for the game, to have that always being able to come back, always able to carry by playing the objective.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's good.
I would really like to see this as the final round, or even the second round, and something else for the final round. Because I like something that kept Overwatch fresh is it had, at least when it launched, it had like 4 or so different game modes, you know? And so if you're just playing quick cash, and it would cycle through them, you never know what you're going to get, you know? And so like, you know, there were like hybrid where you have to like capture a point and then escort the objective, or escort the objective the whole way, or King of the Hill, or 2CP, which sucks so bad they got rid of it and then put in an even worse game mode. But the point is that like all these game modes, they kind of felt like intended, you know, that was how the game was meant to be played.
Kept mixing it up, stop the meta from getting too locked in or too stale.
Exactly.
Changing the meta between different
game
maps
and game modes.
A lot of dynamicness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think, and I think that's something that everyone's been saying since release, is the game lacks a variety.
Yeah.
What's there is very in-depth and complex, and there is the variety within it. The greater variety, it kind of lacking, and it's why I've been so excited for this game mode and the potential of what they can do with this game.
Yeah.
In future game modes, I reckon like everything coming ahead in future seasons, future updates, it's all going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Any game mode, anything different will just feel amazing.
Yeah.
Other than like variations on Banquet and Quick Cash and whatever they've been doing.
Exactly.
That's not been great, but anything like somewhat fresh will feel great, I reckon, because it's just the game itself is so
versatile.
It's so versatile. It's just so different. It's versatile. It's perfect for anything, and if you implement anything into it, it'll feel great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I honestly forget Banquet's a mode.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude, it's literally not even playable in OCE anymore because no one plays it. Yeah.
That, and it's not different enough. It's the same.
Exactly.
Thing with a different sticker on it.
and that's the thing. Like, I know that they have their, you know, the it's a game show, so you got to win money, so you got to bank it, you got to cash out, you know, and that's great for like a starting theme, and that's why I'm so like enthused about this game mode, because as far as I can tell, you just got to be on a platform for a while. There's no cash outs, there's no coins, you know, which means they're kind of branching out from their initial theme.
What it is the payload itself is the is the cash box. If you look under it, there's a bunch of coins.
Perfect. And that's all you have to do. Just put it on there at an aesthetic level. Don't make me stand in front of a cash out and cash out, you know? And so I love that. But the fact that
they've kept their idea going, but different gameplay.
A different gameplay, and that I think that's the important thing. If you get a couple more game modes like this and put them all into a tourney, the first round is traditional, you know, two box. The second round is something else. The final round is this 1v1 sort of platform thing. You know, come up with some different game modes that can rotate in.
So would you do that first mode? Like, I see what you're saying, and I like the idea on one hand, but so you're saying that you want it like Overwatch where you don't know what you're getting next, or are you saying first round is this, second round's this, third's this, fourth's this?
You know, initially I was thinking you don't know what you get, but then, you know, maybe that's a tournament structure where it's like the first round is a traditional cash out. The second one is the next one, you know. If you made this game show a Netflix show, every game would be different, right? Think about that. What kind of games would the show have, you know? And then make that game mode, put it in the game, structure a tournament around it, so then you have that final epic ultimate showdown that isn't just one team locking down a box and spawn manipulating the other team.
Yeah. So I think right now with what we've got, ignoring the fact that Bankit exists because it barely
because it doesn't.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think this 5v5 really good, casual fun. That aside, I love to see this in the final round. And I think everything we've been talking about, it would be very healthy and very good for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope, and I've heard this sentiment already a number of times, so I hope they're taking that on board. And I guess we haven't gotten into it yet, but they have said they're reworking the rank system, so it might be something there for us already.
I think, from what I heard, it's kind of a league system or something like that, which would be amazing if we could get something like that.
That's basically all they've said, is that Overwatch style, again, Overwatch style, you're going to do your 8 placements, you get put into a ranked rank,
nice.
and then you're going to play in that rank. I'm guessing, you know, good enough, you'll be able to get to the next rank sort of thing. But so they are sort of more, maybe a little bit, maybe we should talk about this when we get to it, but maybe a bit more like it's about you're playing against your rank, because right now it's a mess.
I was never a fan of just play enough games to rank up. You know, everyone starts at bronze because it seems rough, because then in a bronze match you could have a god tier player and, you know, a first time player, and what are the odds you get the first time player on your team?
Here's the thing though, but that could have turned, could have been why the player base died so quickly too. They play ranked, they jump in, and they're like, I thought this was bronze.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
getting shit on.
versing the best players in the world. I don't want to play this anymore. And then they quit.
I mean,
so I seen a screenshot the other day of a guy who was top 500, so he's diamond. His first teammate was bronze. Almost, he's certain that they just unlocked and they're playing. And then his other one, like gold. So you've got like the extreme and the middle all in one game, all on one team, thrown into the mix. And I think a lot of things about the ranked didn't go the way I think everyone was wanting it to.
And unfortunately, a lot of people play solo queue, and that's just how people play the game. And to jump in solo queue and to be a top 500 diamond and to play with a bronze and a gold, I would rather shoot myself, honestly. That sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare, man. Like playing Overwatch, you could tell if someone on your team was silver, you know, just like, and that's with 5 people on your team. When that silver constitutes 1/3 of the team, that's scary, you know. It's over.
The only way they got that is if they bought the account of someone, you know, ran it for them, you know. That's how
exactly.
that ranking system worked.
Got boosted.
Fine, I guess it's always going to happen in games. People are stupid and think that if they get boosted, they're considered good.
Yeah. I just need to start in the right rank and I'll stay up there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's fools. You need to grind past the bad teammates. It's the only way to get good.
That's how you get good.
Go
I
through the shit.
I will say, like, having played in every rank in Overwatch, bronze players, like my experience in bronze in the finals is completely different to my experience in bronze in Overwatch, because these guys know where the enemy team is. They know where their forward button is. They know where their trigger is, you know? Unlike most bronze Overwatch players. That's that's a completely different scenario. But it's because everyone starts at bronze. So
Yeah, well, in bronze in Overwatch, everyone's cosplaying as their characters and kind of just like plays RP.
yeah, they're playing the RP lobbies in comp.
So Sam's bringing up an interesting thought,
Mm-hmm.
is the awkwardness of going from a 5v5 mode to a 3v3 and the inconsistency, you know, now we want to play this mode, oh, we got to drop to people sort of thing. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting idea. Most games sort of stick you know, your Apex Legends, your Overwatch, you're sticking to one. So is that sort of awkwardness between going from 3v3 to 5v5 an issue or not?
I mean, I would say so.
Yeah. I can see that definitely being a bit of a pain point. I personally think that the potential and everything the 5v5 mode can do for the game is worth that trade-off and worth that awkwardness.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely something I haven't thought about, and an interesting idea.
Here's the thing, right? Roll it into, like, if you make this 5v5 game mode, if you make that just part of quick cache, then you won't have a problem. Put more teams in it. I'm sure the game can handle it if you format it to, you know, do that.
So what are you saying? So just keep that 3v3, but just this new...
Yeah, make this game mode also playable in quick cache. So when you play quick cache, you might play platform, you might play a regular game. Because that's the thing, is
you get 9 people, but it's the platform.
I see what you're saying, but then that doesn't solve the issue of having 5 people. How do you then queue into that?
Well, do both, you know, make this game also a 5v5, but also make it playable in quick cache with 3 teams, or, you know, in tournament with 4 teams. Because the thing is that, like, when we play comp and we play a bunch of games, you know, it's like we always say, like, oh, maybe we should jump into quick cache and play a couple relaxed games, you know. But I feel like we more often than not just rage queue again, you know, or just regularly queue again for the same game mode. Don't make me opt into the variety hour. Do it for me, right? Put that in the game. Make the way you play the game the most variety kind of gameplay, you know. So if you play quick cache, you're gonna get in a game, you don't know what kind of game it is, but you know you're gonna get in, like, just a random game, because then you can keep queuing. You know, I could spend an entire night from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Overwatch quick play, right? Just game after game before they put in roll queue and kill the queues for 40 minutes overnight. But I could just play that game over and over and over again, because they were always different. You know, sometimes you're on attack, sometimes you're on defense, sometimes it's King of the Hill, you know, and that's all you need to do is come up with all these different game modes and then have the main, the quick cache, the tournament, and the ranked, you know, maybe even just quick cache and ranked. And they just run through all these game modes in just randomized cycles, you know, or formatted for tournament. I don't know. But if you force me to play the game in a variety of different ways, I will play all those game modes more than if you had, here's your quick cache with the vaults, here's your tournament mode, here's your 5v5 mode, here's your banquet, you know, because I'm not going to go, oh, maybe we'll play some banquet, maybe we'll play some platform. Put it all in one game mode and I'll play them all. Yeah,
I think right now, so I see what you're saying, the idea. It's definitely a bit of a tricky thing. I'm under the opinion of having the separate queues and the 5v5, the potential for how that can impact the game right now is acceptable.
Yeah.
How to deal with that going forward is definitely, I think, going to be a bit of a pain point. But I think and I think it's very good that you can now or you will be able to play with 5 people. Like we commonly have 5 people.
Yeah.
But there's also been another solution to that, custom games. So we could have just
true.
started playing custom games.
Mm.
So I guess I don't have too much an opinion right now, but it's a big implication having the game being 5v5 and 3v3.
Because it's
I don't
just
know how that's going to end up sitting.
Yeah, because it's not like an even, you can't just take 2 stacks and then go play some quick cash. Someone's got to sit out. Or
Unless they sort of merge the queues, like you go into quick cache and maybe you'll get into the 5v5 mode, but I don't think that's good either.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
No,
I don't know. It's
I don't
weird.
have a solution, but I think it's going to be. I think right now it's not going to be something that's talked about, but I think it's going to be a pain point. And
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam bringing that up is really.
It'll be later on in the season
absolutely.
where we
Very
can
good
start
point.
talking. I reckon it.
Mm-hmm. Shall we continue?
Even having a weaker game mode can help the variety. I do agree, and it's why, in some ways, not to get too off, but 2CP I wish stayed in Overwatch in some way because it added still variety.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather play 2CP than push, but I would rather play the banjo than Overwatch. So
Yeah.
And I can't play the banjo.
Honestly, I didn't mind 2CP when I was playing it. I felt like a lot of people hated it.
I
Yeah.
don't want to
Wasn't the
turn it
worst.
into an Overwatch.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
Maybe move on.
Yeah. All right. We'll just hit play again.
Sniper rifle and any weapon with 0 fall off, like the FCAR or any light related weapon, they're going to be incredibly oppressive and possibly make the game more
I like
unplayable.
how
In
the
my
new
few
defib
games
looks.
I've played, I went up against Lyric, a talented
the
player
skin?
with really fucking stupid.
Wait, is that a skin? I thought that was just what it looks like
no,
now.
that's definitely
no,
a skin.
It's
Oh,
two
okay.
live wires
Yeah.
as a skin.
Okay.
I think it's fantastic.
Before
Yeah.
it looked like he had like a glow stick that he snapped in half or something.
Okay.
And so I'm
Smelling
like,
salts.
Like
yeah,
smelling salts.
yeah,
That'd be
something like
cool.
that. Great, you know.
That's a great new skin idea.
Yeah. I
it's
thought that
one-
was just, to show that it was different, but no, skin makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's a skin. It's one thing I think this game has done really well and has a lot of marketable or a lot of like monetization choices is they've got abilities, they've got normal skins, they've got weapon skins, and they've also got unique animations, which I don't know any other game that does unique animations.
With their skins, yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
So monetizing wise, I
Man,
don't think it's too egregious. I definitely think the prices are maybe a little high.
little high,
But-
especially in Australia, at least.
But I think it's the most. It's a really nice implementation and
Yeah.
a lot of variety.
I feel like you get value for it. You don't just get a skin for a gun that looks and plays the exact same,
I
It's
don't want to say it again, but okay, Paladins. If I was playing Paladins and I was to buy a skin, it's just for one hero.
yeah.
I'm avoiding saying something, but
Oh, okay. All right.
if you're Overwatch, you buy one skin. it's
Yeah,
just for
right.
that hero.
Look, it's fine. But yeah, there's no different animations. Fucking like half the skins barely get any different effect. Oh, you know what? We're not talking about it. Because I will.
Bad Overwatch.
Yeah. God damn it. It's another.
Paladins, that's our new. We're talking about Paladins.
Yeah.
Should add an AI that automatically censors us whenever we say it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's another podcast that I'm not allowed to talk about Overwatch on. But we'll keep going.
His team had 2 FCAR mediums and a sniper light with 2 heavies. If the platform acted more like a train with cars and cover, I'd see the platform being much more fun to push. In its current state, it's a meat grinder with no cover. Even with heavies and shields, the power of long-range weapons are just too strong to ignore right now. Currently, I'd rate the new map a 9 out of 10 with its great atmosphere,
Man,
skybox, and
that
its
looks
size.
incredible.
And I
my concern
That you're just gonna eat shit the moment you're on the platform.
that it's too much of an open sort of game and that you just exactly. Just
Well,
gonna
that-
eat shit. Like,
that's the
there's too
thing.
much high ground. There's too much mobility. There's too much spam. Potentially even for a 5v5 full stop, too much spam.
Yeah.
But I think he's talked about shields and stuff. I think heavy.
Yeah, that's it.
Heavy cover. What do you call it? The deployable cover?
Barricades.
I think that's going to be an absolute necessity.
Absolutely.
And
Like,
I don't think that's necessarily bad that
no.
you're forcing the meta to change for this game mode.
Exactly. Because like,
I think
especially
that's
if you
also
put this in
triggered.
a tournament, then you can't just run meta. You need to run something a little more all-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, and then the most well-rounded team wins.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, I think people are playing this game mode wrong. I think
that's
when-
what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
Is all what we're seeing is everyone just jumping in first impressions. Where
But it should just be like
one guy
if
on
you're
point.
well, not even just
Well-
one guy, but like they put some guys on the point. When they spawn, you see where they are, you hop off, you get ready, you fight, you take them down, you hop back on point. That's how it probably should be played.
To do that. But I definitely think what you're suggesting is that everyone's just piling onto the point is not the right way to play.
Yeah.
I think the best way to play is chuck your heavy and a healer on there.
Yeah. Lock
and
it
then
down.
everyone else is sort of guarding and playing
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the
yeah.
objective, playing height and stuff, and then they're jumping in if people are dying and getting reses and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But
It seems like a lot of chaotic fun, I'll be honest. But
yeah, it looks alright. It looks different because it's not quick.
yeah, well, that's it. I think
and I think they can tweak it to help with these pain points. Maybe you get a bit of damage resistance on the cart, or
oh yeah.
Well,
maybe the walls are higher, or maybe you could press a button outside of the objective that would then raise up the walls, and then you could take the walls down, but you have to go interact
Oh,
with it.
dude,
sort
that'd
of
be
thing.
Or
sick.
they make it like a tube or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have
Or
to hop in the tube through 2 different doorways.
there's
As
like
long as there's
something you can
dynamicness to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Put up like points on the map that you can go and take, hold and cash out. And when it gets cashed out, deploys a big bubble over the train that has like 5,000 HP or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
You,
mean, how silly you want to get with it? You
Exactly.
could add I don't know. You go capture a thing, and then you go send a rocket at it and kill everyone on it, or
yeah.
there's some way to hit the brakes and everyone falls off or something like.
Yeah.
They could definitely have this is their casual mode, right? And I'm just thinking of more silly, fun, interactive sort of things
Yeah.
to add to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they've been very conservative with the cover
Mm-hmm.
because you could just end up having a team that sits on it and
Yeah.
then you can just never siege it. You can never touch it. They're just locked it down sort of thing. So they're again, the old idea on Overwatch is the point is the worst part of the map to hold.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
You have
think
one
that's
guy
what
on
they're
it.
Going for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does speed up if you have 3 people on it, so there is incentive
Mm-hmm.
to have more people, and it looks like a considerable speed boost.
Yeah, but it like caps out at 3 people, which again makes sense. Just like Overwatch, really.
I think there's a lot of merit to the mode, and I think there's a couple people I've seen already that are not liking it or not liking the idea of it, and not liking the way it plays. And I think that's all something that can change and people will learn from.
Yeah, it seems a little more free form, because like Sam said here, 5v5 means more people can be flanking, etc. Like, so you could run like a strike team, you have a couple people on point, and then you have like a couple assassins going around just flanking the entire enemy team. Like it seems again really versatile, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, you have your sniper over in Narnia, and then you have your your sort of attack. But yeah, it also means that your sniper sitting in Narnia is actually doing something for once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it seems the most
Rare
like
instance.
viable instance to have a sniper, because someone who's just denying space. Yeah, absolutely. You would want a sniper, which
Because it's
Man.
so open and it's moving all the time.
exactly.
Like I feel like the best time to have sniper in the normal game was with
Moving
I think it-
platforms, maybe.
I was thinking it's
Yeah.
Soul with the moving platforms, right?
Yeah.
Like that felt like the best spot for it because you have to keep moving around the map to get into different locations. You weren't always in the same location,
Mhm.
and you were always keeping an eye on the point. It
Yeah.
just felt the best way to use the sniper, and now they're adding a game mode where it's literally always a moving platform.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sniper probably one of the most meta weapons with light, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Find a way to retrofit this game mode into more than 1v1 and put it in tournaments, please.
2 platforms at the same time with the
Maybe.
4 teams, and then maybe they can run into each other like
Ah,
past
hell yeah. They cross over,
just
you
2
know?
trains fighting going past.
Man.
Cars and what's that saying? In the night, something in the night, passing in the night.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Someone passing someone in the night.
Yeah. I think it's cars. I don't know. I know the phrase. I know the existence of the phrase. That's it.
Trains passing in the night. I don't know.
Yeah. Even if they go to one final point, whichever team wins. But yeah, man, this game's potential is just limitless.
And I think we're seeing it with this game mode. Even though it's just an objective push, it's the finals objective push. It's
Exactly.
something that only they could have pulled off and done.
Yeah.
It's the
And
only game that could actually make it look like this. Every other game could no chance. No chance.
Yeah,
No.
not at all.
Yeah.
it's uniquely the finals. And I think it's going to lead to some absolutely stupid, chaotic, silly, amazing moments
Yeah, for
that
sure.
just can't be replicated in Quick Cash or any other game really
Yeah.
at the moment.
And I
Like,
think
it drives through buildings.
it just goes
Yeah,
straight through the
that's so
fucking
sick.
buildings.
Screw
Hell
our
yeah.
map.
Yeah.
It's ruining our map.
Yeah,
We're
good.
fine with that. We want that. It's great.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
exactly. And the fact that they've gone to 5v5 with it as well, it's like it shows that, you know, they're kind of like, yeah, we know that there are other games where you've made friends with people and you might run a 5-stack every single night in Overwatch, you know?
Yeah.
And then you go play the finals and only 3 of you can play at a time. Like, it kind of sucks, you know? That's kind of our group in a nutshell, you know? But
we want to talk about how that it's a very direct attempt at taking Overwatch player base.
yes,
I hope so.
please do.
Very,
Take it by force.
yeah.
Take the 10 players that's left, folks. Take them.
Overwatch detected.
the
Yeah,
AI.
that's it. Never mind. We'll move on.
No, but it is like
It is,
we've
of course.
got a hero-based shooter.
Yep.
And they were the Apex sort of crowd was part of the original. The Overwatch people were definitely interested, but it lacked
Mhm.
that current
Well,
state of
it was
Overwatch
a-
5v5 mode. You couldn't
Yeah.
take your, like you said, you can't take your Overwatch squad
Yeah,
and play some finals.
There's
exactly.
also a
Now
battle
you
royale,
can.
which is like a different kind of
Completely
game altogether
different.
Anyway, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you've got that overlap in
like
in
the
some of the
abilities,
shooter
game
and
plays,
Yeah.
and what people are interested in. So it's an ability shooter. So
Yeah.
Apex people were interested,
hmm
and now I feel like they're definitely
they're
I don't know
coming
if
for
it's-
him.
You're necessarily saying that. Yeah, I don't think you necessarily say that, but at the same
No,
time,
they're definitely giving a big middle finger to fucking Blizzard right now.
Yeah, but it's like it seems the perfect way to do it, you know, because like Apex, yeah, different game modes. Siege, these games all play completely separately, you know. But then this feels the closest to Overwatch like anything else, you know.
Yeah.
Which good.
And
Yeah.
even better. Even better than
E-
Overwatch.
even better. Yeah.
So what we're seeing is them going, we can do a payload.
Yeah.
Better.
You like
We can do
payloads?
everything better.
Yeah. Just don't try 2CP. All right, let that die.
Just let that sit.
Yeah.
Well, then hopefully, if that's the train of thought we're thinking of, the next one's like a Koth game mode.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
this
I think Koth fits this game really well.
I mean,
Maybe
that is
two-
kind of
two
tough, isn't
Koths
it?
at the same.
well, it looks
This
more like
is-
push.
It's
This
like
is
moving
push.
cost.
This is straight up push.
Yeah, but
Does it
push
go
has
to
its
a
own
different point?
flaws, which
I thought it was a
Yes.
Koth. Is it not like I thought it?
No,
No.
so it is a predetermined place it's going to, predetermined path.
Mm.
Yeah, so originally I thought it was the same thing, that it's just a moving Koth,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
this is and it's
That's
not escort.
interesting.
Everyone keeps saying escort, and it's annoying me a little bit because this is push.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is their version.
it
of push.
looks like push, but I see problems with that because push is like a flawed game mode. You know, maybe it's
Yeah.
just Overwatch's implementation, but like
Well,
push is
it's
like
gonna have the
designed to be a
same-
snowball, essentially.
Yeah, it's going to have the same issues, like
exactly.
especially seeing Overwatch has had time with it. I haven't seen any sort of catch-up mechanic
Mm.
in this mode.
Yeah.
That does worry me a little bit, but I think the way you come into this game mode and the way you want to play this game mode is you're not necessarily looking to win, it's more the experience, and I think
Because it's casual.
an important mindset to have when and embrace.
Mm.
Like the casuals, you know, they'll jump in and they're fine with it, but if for us that it may be a little bit more engaged or sweatier.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this game mode you won't be able to take seriously. There's too much.
Oh, I
shit
can take it
happening
seriously. Trust me.
Okay, we're building the 5v5 team.
Yeah, that's it.
Comms,
I mean,
Anchor on the heavy,
yeah. Don't
Yellow
worry.
Jacket on the sniper, but if the snipers
Not
there's
working
nothing-
out.
I've got a
Go
I've got a
assassin.
sniper
on the
rifle.
swords
Of
ready
course.
to appear on the sniper.
Yeah. No, we'll strat it out. It'll be good. But I do think.
I don't think it's gonna lend to that.
Well, I think it might be different in something like variability of team spawn and how open the map is. You know, because push, there's like you've got a fight in the middle, and then you've got a fight over here if you lose, or a fight over here if you win. You know,
I imagine there'll be different spawns and the way they spawn too. With this
exactly.
Yeah,
And you can split off. You can go in any different way. You know, so it's like it feels like it's going to be less of a two teams running at each other and one team pushing harder than you've got this thing in the middle, and it's always vulnerable to a million different angles that could all be taken at any point. So I feel like that might I hopefully that makes a difference.
Essentially this game mode, because I thought it was King of the Hill, it kind of still is, right? Except it's like if you get it to the end right, you win regardless. Is that how it works?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
who gets it further.
It's still kind of King of the Hill because you need to keep it. If you push it just that little bit further than where they pushed it, I think at the end of the timer, right, you win. That's how it would work, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be, right? So it's essentially push / King of the Hill.
Yeah. But push, I mean, basically is King of the Hill. It's just...
Was that a game mode like in Overwatch that I'm not aware of? Because I'd
put Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2.
I quit that game.
It's basically tug of war sort of thing.
Yeah.
Gross.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember.
The robot.
And then it pushed it more quickly because it was a bullet was pushing, right?
Yeah.
Push is cough, but worse.
Yeah. I mean, here's a change too. I don't know if the platform's gonna go slower when it's pushing the barrier. You know, I don't know if it's just moving the same speed at all times.
Go back faster to the area you pushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hope
look at the if you look at the marker, right?
Yeah.
On the map on the compass thing, right? It looks like it's keeping track of where you were last.
Yeah, it's like here's where it is, and here's where
I imagine it moves faster if you get it back, right? And you can go back to where it was, kind of.
I don't know.
Overwatch originally didn't have a catch-up mechanic, and that was an important thing that they've added to push to help balance it. And it will be interesting to see whether or not the devs understood that. And like right now, like we're saying, it's very snowballing. I guess Fizz and I, playing a decent amount of Overwatch, already have a very strong picture in our heads how this is going to play out and how it sort of works and the dynamics around it. But do the devs?
Yeah.
And I would hope that they realize that a catch-up mechanic in a game mode like this is so important. Like, it needs to zoom back to the other side. Otherwise, if a team gets to where this team is,
that'd be fun to hop on.
No matter how many times you beat the enemy, no matter the comeback you're pulling out, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna have to be a flawless execution.
I mean, maybe
from a push like this.
Maybe it doesn't work like push, you know, because push has those two barriers. Right, and that's why you need the comeback mechanic. Maybe it's got an overtime mechanic. Maybe it's got it's just where on the bar you are. You know, like maybe you just need to get it over halfway. You know, and it moves the same speed no matter who's in the lead, because it's not pushing any barriers or anything. It's just a tug of war. And I don't know if you would need catch up mechanics, because all you need to get at that point to win would be 51%. But
the problem is, if they've gotten it 51%, you've not only got to get 51%, but you've got to get 102% because
you don't.
From their 51.
You only need to get 51%.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm now understanding. That's
that,
what you mean by they're not pushing. So the marker is the middle is wherever it leaves from.
Yeah, exactly. So it starts in the middle, and each team takes it, and then so whichever side it's on, you know, that team wins. But say you're on it.
game.
Well, see
Yeah,
that's what I
a
mean.
really
Like you wouldn't
interesting
need,
idea,
yeah, you wouldn't need catch up
but it's not how it
mechanics.
works. I've seen enough gameplay that it's
okay.
actually a point. Like there's a station it needs to arrive at.
Okay. I mean, they've probably done that
That's
for
a
a
cool
reason.
idea.
The way I'm thinking about it probably wouldn't work.
If we hit
I don't know.
play, we might see that station by the looks in
Oh,
a
yeah.
moment, but it's just like a big glowing zone it needs to park in, and
Okay.
that's the end.
Let's see.
I'd personally rate the 5v5 game mode a 5 out of 10 with its unmatched chaos,
gonna be
limitless
so fun,
combo
just,
potential with friends,
surfing
but
through the
hard to
map.
ignore suppression from
Destroying.
long-range enemies. I'm sorry I couldn't show you any real
it's
gameplay, but my
gonna be
audio
quite
didn't record
important.
any in-game
Yeah,
audio
it would be
except for the
nice, but
last
then
2 5v5
That makes
matches
Pyro nice as well.
True.
in the event,
That's
which I'll
shifting
show
up the meta sort of thing.
case
Yeah.
one of them right now.
Stuff that
I
we
hope
don't
you
see
all
as much
enjoyed
of.
this lightning round of updates I gave. I had no patch notes and I didn't cover cosmetics since personally I don't consider cosmetics content. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Dude, is that Rob?
Oh man, I didn't bring my APS. I'll do that next time.
So this is his gameplay now, is it? Do we want to skip to where the end is so we can see the platform and stuff?
Oh yeah, we can skip ahead.
Welcome back to the world of the living.
That's the start right there. It starts in the church.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then it moves out of the church to wherever they're going.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping that it was a bit more dynamic and that it wasn't pushed, that it was more of just like this platform kind of. Like I originally thought it was drivable. I thought those arrows at the front, like you stood on them and it goes, you know, forward,
Oh
left,
yeah,
right.
yeah. I thought that too. Like any number of platforming game mechanics.
Yeah, it's a little bit more on rails than I was originally thinking and hoping. Like I like the idea of it just, you know, you never know exactly where it's going to end up, what building it's going through sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I guess that's maybe a bit too complex for their casual mode.
All right. So what happens when red team takes it?
Interesting.
Does
I mean,
red
you
team
can drop
take
a
it?
whole team on the TP is really interesting with this as well. You could drop a whole team in on the point
Yeah,
instantly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be crazy that you're just sitting on point, TP pops up and 5 people come through. That would be absolutely insane.
Trying to find my APS. There we go.
Weird. It's very weird.
All right, I'm back, and I got my
But I
APS
like
for
it. I'm intrigued. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I really want to play it. So sick of quick cap.
Yeah.
Game mode is a nightmare.
Quick cash is just deathmatch to me.
Yeah, literally.
And not try and win that game, or I will lose my mind.
Okay, so they take it back.
Yeah, so
I'm
it
just
just
gonna look at the.
reverses. Sledge Heavy looks insanely strong on the platform as well.
Everyone has to be around you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I like
I
that.
like that little picture of seeing who eliminated you and their
Yeah.
cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Wait, what was
Is
that?
that
I didn't
weird?
see that.
So this
So when
is.
you get eliminated, it comes up with a player card. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
that kills
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And it'll be all these cosmetics, his moat and everything.
Is-
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
Further
More
enhancing
cosmetics.
The idea of, yeah, further enhancing the idea of that your character's your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because right now it's kind of hard, especially even with the colors. I find it's quite
Oh,
hard
that's
to
nice.
see people's skins.
Oh, getting
Like,
revived
exactly.
looks so nice. Actually,
Yeah, absolutely.
The way it looks so good.
Man, this looks great. This
Get a
actually
whole
looks great.
360 third
Chaotic
person.
silly fun is what this
Nice.
is.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Nah, put this in tournament immediately.
Yeah, this is great. I'm happy with this. Except the obviously reverse, make it faster. Well, way
Yeah,
faster.
it needs a catch-up mechanic for sure.
Okay, Gravity, when you make a video about this, just it would put a big disclaimer.
Especially
and
because
say
you got
that
a
I was
timer on
Kobe
this thing.
pants.
True.
But don't leave in that I was
Because
actually
people are
just
going to give up
fucking
after a certain
fucking
time
rude.
period. Within 2 minutes in, they're going to be like, no, there's no
I
chance.
promise I'm
Just
much
quit.
Yeah.
better
You know?
in real life.
Well, that's why it should just work like tug of war, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
wow.
that idea.
Or just, honestly, I know we all hate Overwatch, but the push mechanic kind of works. That was that was a nice catch-up mechanic they had. So, wow.
Oh, the TP appeared in his face. That's what
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, what?
No, I thought that was a death animation too.
Yeah, this looks so good, man. Wow.
Another emote. Wow. Wow, Jeff.
Disrespect.
Notice the emote.
Jesus
for
Christ.
after kills.
Oh my
Yeah, so
God.
you can see hardcover being a very
really.
important here.
Yeah,
Barricades, I think
absolutely.
the game calls them.
If you're using barricades and like dome shield, mesh shield, you'll be able to lock it down.
2 heavies at least, just so you can put some barricades up.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that it? No.
No,
YouTube
it's just
moment.
yeah. No, I think it's just his video moment, his recording. I keep looking for like a cash out box or something in the middle of the platform, but it's just empty.
It's just nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that looks handy. Just smoke out any of the high ground areas.
I like how it has physics to it, so a bunch of stuff got dropped and the whole thing like
Started wobbling.
Oh, yeah, it
my
moves.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it would. These devs are fucking brilliant, dude.
I think AK is going to be a lot better in this mode too, just with all those bullets and so many people.
Yeah, true. Definitely.
'Cause as much as I love AK, I haven't used it in weeks now because
Scars just
Scar, you just
yeah.
have to. So here, this is what I was talking about. This is the station. Can you see the little blue thing?
Yeah.
Marking?
But I didn't see anything in that implies that it wouldn't have worked like just a standard tug of war.
Because they kind of dominated, so it didn't really.
Yeah. They just took it and capped it, you know. But if they get to this point and then they lose a fight and it's about to time out and only like red team is on the cash out and they defend it, surely all they have to do is get to like over halfway, right? To win.
So,
That's how it could play out fairly in my mind, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that has its own
idea.
flaws that I haven't considered.
I know that's not how it works because of the way they've got the compass design, the way they've got it's literally it goes one way or the other. So
Yeah, but it's not pushing anything, right? So all you need is majority. If you have the majority when the time runs out, you should win.
Yeah.
You know, even if they pushed
You're right,
it all
that
the way.
could work,
but
I'm
yeah.
almost certain that's not how it works.
Well.
I do hope though that it just zooms back. Like,
Well, that's it.
million miles
That's
an hour
it.
While you're sitting on it would be absolutely
That'd be
hilarious.
fun.
It would be
You're
fun.
just
It would be fun.
smashing back through everything that you just fought through to get it
Yeah.
there, and just flying along would be
One of the
fantastic.
buildings that was already crumbled is like half crumbled, and you crash
Yeah,
through
now
that
you just
again.
finish
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah.
And someone
'Cause
spawns back, a piece of rubble pushes them off the map. Yes,
yeah,
please.
yeah, just flying around. I could see that being a lot of fun. But that's it. Like push as a game mode needs something like that, you know.
It
You
needs
need
catch-up.
you need the catch up. Tug of war doesn't really need the catch up, which is why I'm thinking like it seems simpler to implement.
Don't
but
worry, they're fixing it now while they're watching out.
yeah, oh god, oh shit, quick, make it zoom back. Yeah, but we'll see. It's only like 8 hours from now or something like that.
It is 8 hours from now. It'll be 10 o'clock tonight for us, or
Alright.
11
Set
for
time.
you.
Okay,
I've got a countdown that said it's got a time.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's-
Well,
the countdown says. Oh god.
So they
Different tab.
roughly normally do it.
It
in
says
about 10
7
hours.
a.m. CT. MBUX Studios did not show a start time, but in the past, new patches go live at 7 a.m. CT, which is
okay.
10 hours from now. So
10 hours, 20 minutes roughly is their
yeah,
normal time.
yeah. They usually do it yesterday, but they didn't do it this time and one other time.
well, they didn't do it because they already had a timer for the battle pass. for the season
True.
To end, so
Yeah,
they were going to
okay.
wait at least for that to end. and then
Yeah,
go
not
on
just
from
go
there.
straight into it. Yeah. All right. Well,
I was hoping they'd do a Valorant meme where they just drop it instantly, but I guess not.
yeah. If only.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
It's very awkward season end time, being
Yeah.
that they're asleep.
Yeah,
while
true.
While it'd have to drop. So yeah.
Yeah,
Having that happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, closing thoughts. How do we all feel?
Yay, season 2.
Yeah. More content.
It's finally coming.
Yeah. I'm excited to play something other than Cash Out
in Power World.
and Pal World. Yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring for the past week, so yeah.
No, there's lots of good things they're bringing. I think they've thought about what they want to add and what it adds to the game or solves in the game quite a lot. The deconstructor being something to help you siege points, which is quite difficult. The data shifter, I think it's called.
Yeah.
To help deal with all those.
Oh no, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the TP helping Light have some sort of team mobility item.
Utility, yeah.
Like it didn't need more mobility as it was.
No, that's for everyone else.
Don't, but
now the team now there's a reason to play Light just for the team itself.
Yeah.
So. The only kit they really had that was team based was Vanish Bomb, and that didn't do a lot for the team. So.
True.
Weapon wise, I think we've got a lot of interesting things to have a bit of a play with. So far from what I've seen, I personally don't think the shotgun's going to be good at all.
No.
The FAMAS could be good.
Yeah.
It's all going to depend on how much or if at all the Scar gets nerfed. It's just it's too good right now. I think the FAMAS has potential, but the Scar needs nerfing.
It does, little fix.
Yeah, if they bring it down just a couple points of damage, and it'll be in line with the other, automatic weapons on the mediums roster. So
they can turn and you just die.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense to do that. Yeah. But yeah, it looks good. I'm very excited. I really hope that that Nexon just promotes the shit out of it, because as a finals player watching that season 2 trailer, I'm like, man, I'm so hyped, right? But I'm also thinking, like, how could anyone who plays shooters watch this trailer and not immediately go and install this game? You know what I mean? It looks like it's free. Would have everything you want, but
yeah, I think they've been very happy with last season being a soft launch, even an extended beta.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah. I think they're happy with slowly building the game up, and almost like we're in an early access.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether or not it's this season where they're saying they're out of early access, or
I think so.
Or whether or not it's still going to be a few seasons. But at some point, I think we'll see that sort of player base and contenters and everything sort of get to a stable level, and then the game should start being able to build from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you think about season 1, right? It was a beta. Like, if you think about season 1 day 1 compared to season 1 at the end now, different game. Absolutely different game.
Yeah, that's true.
Nukes ran rampant. Lights were literally unplayable, and if you played them, you were absolutely throwing.
Yeah.
Mines insta-killed lights, nades insta-killed lights.
Yeah.
RPGs insta-killed
everything
lights.
insta-killed lights. Yeah.
Yeah. They fixed all that. They fixed a whole bunch of stuff. The game is just so much better than where it was, and now they've added a whole new season that's just going to make the game 10 times more playable.
Yeah.
And more fun.
Yeah, refine everything that you've got, until there's nothing that's particularly sharp, standing out as like, wow, you got to run this or else you're throwing, just bring everything down to a balanced level, and then you've got all the variety that's already in the base game. And then now season 2, you can just start piling stuff on, start adding as much content as you possibly can, and hopefully that's the path they take.
Well, the thing I like is they actually made Light a support class. They've given them Sonar Nade, they've given them Teleport, they've given them the full support class kind of deal, plus the damage that they already deal. So it's
it makes well, absolutely. Like, it makes perfect sense to make the Light class also fulfill scouting duties because they're going to be out there anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so forcing them, well, not forcing, of course, but like giving lights the option
Tools.
to not just play as an assassin or sniper or just only DPS, but yeah, you can also provide utility to your team. It raises the overall skill ceiling for lights because it means there's a whole other realm of skills that you need to implement. You know,
You could
making
have
sure you
two
can TP
sniping
your team in.
locations as
Yeah.
as a light,
Yeah,
and constantly switch between them. That's disgusting.
yeah, absolutely.
No, I think there's a lot of things that are changing and being implemented that
Mm-hmm.
will help make light not a throw.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
tourneys. Because like sites being, I think, one of the
That was a
biggest
huge
like
issue.
counters being
Yeah, for sure.
being changed.
Well, considering the whole class was flanking, it was flanking the class, and to have another class just be like, I could see you there, and be like, oh, sick,
all
thanks,
right,
though.
never mind then. I guess I won't flank.
I'll just stand at a distance with my sword, and I'll have a look.
Yeah,
All right.
but now you got to be
Bye.
wary of dudes who are just gonna pull down a wall for a second to see if you're in there.
That's
Yeah, that
scary.
sounds
It's turning
great.
into a horror game at that point. Like, you're gonna be like,
There's
thinking
charges
you're
on that
safe
thing
in the-
though. That's not terrible.
Yeah, true.
but you're sitting in a corner thinking you're safe, and literally Freddy.
Yeah.
in-
Knock, knock, motherfucker. I'll just
Got a
walk through
firing
this
squad
wall.
behind the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be something that happens.
Absolutely.
And, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays, but I think the specialization is gonna be incredibly strong and something that's gonna be slept on maybe for a week or two, or
Yeah.
take
Or even
few
a couple
people to
months,
sort of
yeah.
get into it. But it's
It's gonna take people a little
Pretty
while
good.
to realize just how versatile it is. I
I
think.
think there's a lot of kit in this game where it's like, oh, it's okay. But I feel like if you've got a stack of 3, a stack of 5 that you actually come with, that you plan these things preemptively
coordinate.
beforehand,
Yeah.
you could really make some of this kit really, really work.
Yeah.
Like that specialization specifically. That
Absolutely.
could tear house
Yeah.
on a full 5 stack, 3 stack, or whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the day when we see a team setting up underneath the cash out, so we set up underneath them, and then we just steal their cash out. You know?
drop him into our kill room.
Yeah, exactly. Nice kill room. Shame you're not in it anymore.
Would be a shame.
You're in ours now, bitch.
Yeah. Very keen. Very keen. I'm pleasantly not surprised, but I'm just excited, man. Everything they've shown for
Pleasantly
season
happy.
2 looks great. Yeah, it's just pleasant here. Feels great.
Right in finals land. Loving it here.
Mm-hmm.
Just need a bigger player base than OC. Hopefully this news
That's it.
hits every player in OC and
Yeah.
wants to play this game.
5v5 has come to the finals. Get off Overwatch.
Please get off Overwatch.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, thank you both for joining me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Check out Cylon and Sir Yellow Jacket on YouTube and Twitch, and me on the same places. Yeah.
Get yourself.
All right. We'll catch you all next week. Check out Zenki. Just check him out.
Check
you know?
out
Just check
Zenki.
him out. You know. All right.
Hard man working hard. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. Go listen to Hard Men Working Hard. For no reason. You know, just do it. Just check him out. All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.